Hi there. So, are you having doubts about starting on a weight loss program? Maybe you've been thinking about it for some time now and it's time to get going, but you're having some real doubts about which direction to go in. I want to share with you a conversation I had with a potential client. This may help you, hopefully it does, in terms of having that doubt about starting on a weight loss program. So, we had our initial call last Thursday, went really well. We had an initial telephone call which lasted about 10 minutes. Everything sounded good, so we got on a Zoom call which lasted for about 40 minutes. And at the end of that call, the Zoom call, she decided that this was going to be a good way ahead for her. And I thought it was as well. I thought it was a good decision for her. And she was going to get back to me a day later, the Friday. Anyway, Friday came and went, which is perfectly fine. I like to give people some space. People have got other things they want to be getting on with as well. Sometimes people forget or they get, waylaid by something. So left it over the weekend, didn't contact her. Monday morning, didn't hear anything. And then I got a message from her, I think it was late Monday morning, to say, could we speak again? I said, yeah, of course we can have another conversation. Because I do like to give people plenty of space, because it is, it's a big decision starting off on a weight loss journey. How are you going to do it? Whether it's working with a coach like me or going to a slimming club or a personal trainer or whatever option you choose, it's a big decision. Anyway, we get on the call this afternoon and I'm there just to listen, to hear what her concerns were. And she said, well, you know what, Eric, I've gone away and I've made two lists. I've made a list as to why I should do it and a list as to why I shouldn't do it. And she said the list why I should do it far outweighed the list why I shouldn't do it. She said on the list why she shouldn't do it were things like, well, it will mean I can't eat all the things I want to eat when I want to eat them. And she basically said she was having like a baby conversation in her head, which wasn't really helpful. So that was one thing. So she decided in her head that it was definitely something she wanted to do. So that was that. So, okay, she said that bit. She then went on to tell me that she was having a pretty tough time at work. On a bit of a steep learning curve, so a bit of stress there, which is never useful when you try to start something like a weight loss journey. A parent was ill. That's never a good thing, because that takes your time away. You want to give as much as you can to your parents. She'd also asked one of her children what they thought about it, and they thought, well, maybe it's not the right time with everything that's going on. Spoke to her husband, who said, well, you should go for it. So she's really in this place where she's unsure and she doesn't want to fail either. And that's a big thing that people have, they don't want to fail. So she said, what do you think, Eric? I said, well, I can sit here and say to you that this program's magnificent, it'll get you all the results you want, blah, 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 blah. That's easy for me to say that. And it is a great program, however. It's not for me to say whether or not you will succeed on this program. And nobody can say that. It doesn't matter what the weight loss program is, whether it's my program, whether it's a club, a gym, a PT, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be the most expensive trainer in the world. It doesn't really matter. I said what really matters is it's what's going on in your head. Do you want to do it? So what I said to her was, take me out of the equation, just completely put me to one side, forget about me, forget I even exist. Take your children out of the equation, their opinions, take your husband out of the equation, his opinions, and just sit with yourself and you decide, is this something that you want to do? Because when all's said and done, it's going to be down to you whether or not you go for the walk, whether you plan the healthy meals, whether you eat the meals you've planned, whether you pick yourself up and dust yourself down again when things don't quite work out the way you thought they were going to work out. It's you that's going to have to deal with emergency calls or having to go and visit parents and look after parents, support other family members, support friends, have to make decisions about, do you eat this, do you eat that, or do you do the walk? All of this is going to be down to you. I, with the best will in the world, can lay out the plan, which I think is a good plan, provide you some feedback, support and accountability, which is nothing different from what most good coaches would do, so nothing unique in that. But ultimately it's down to you. So I said, okay, I suggest, rather than me saying, yeah, let's go for it, go away and think this through. Because if you're going to work with me the way that I work, we have a plan, and I don't expect anybody to be perfect, because nobody ever is. Despite coming from a military background, people may think this guy's going to be a real hard ass. But I understand that people make mistakes, people have doubt, people have fears, people don't always follow through on what they say they're going to do. People have weeks where they don't lose weight, where they gain weight. All these things are going to happen as part of the weight loss journey, as part of learning. But for me, the big thing is, are you prepared to pick yourself up and go again? When all those things happen, are you prepared to go again? If you're prepared to go again, then I can definitely work with you. But if you're the sort of person that's going to hit the first obstacle and say, I can't do this, then it doesn't really matter whether you're working with me or anybody for that matter. You're not going to be successful. But if you're working with me and you hit that hurdle, I've got some tools in the bag, having done this for well over a decade now, that I think if you want to use these tools that I can make available to you, you'll be able to work out how to get over, under or through the obstacle. So that was my advice to her, to go away and give it some thought and then come back to me, because it's a commitment. And I would say to you, if you are thinking about starting a weight loss program, I would say, if it's let's say it's a slimming club you're thinking about, ring them up, visit them, speak to the leader, get a feel for the vibe. Does it feel right to you? Is it something you feel as though you want to invest in? If it's a gym, ring them up, go and visit them. Do you get the right sort of vibe? If it's a personal trainer, do the same. If it's a coach online, do the same. Make contact, ask them the questions, and you'll know very, very quickly whether or not there's a connection, whether there's a fit, whether it's going to work for you. But get all the information and then sit with it, not too long, hopefully, but sit with the information and go with the thing that you feel best suits your situation. But the first thing to do is sit down, make the decision, you're going to do this. That's number one. And then start to shop around and ask the questions. And you will know when you find the right person, the right group, the right facility, because it will just feel natural. It won't feel forced. You won't feel like you're being sold to. You'll feel totally comfortable. If anything, if it goes well, you'll feel as though you are selling yourself on the idea of it, rather than somebody sat there trying to persuade you what a great idea it is to lose weight and get fit. You don't need to be told that. You really don't. You already know that. What you need to know is the person, the facility, the process, whatever you're looking at, is that going to be a good fit for you? So I just thought I'd share that with you. Maybe that's been of some value to you, to maybe just go away and contemplate and think over. Feel free to leave any comments or questions. And if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer regarding weight loss, always happy to jump on and do these sorts of lives. So enjoy the rest of your day and take good care. Bye for now.